when I moved to Oklahoma, I have to start off first like this. I was kind of interested in storm chasing, and I had went out one or two times that first year. But I didn't I was just riding along. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't understand radar or anything. Well, fast forward a year later, 2013 El Reno tornado, biggest tornado in history, 2.6 miles wide. The tornado itself was 2.6 miles wide. Incredible. Some of the highest wind velocities ever recorded on Earth. It came within, I don't know, like 1 or 2 miles of my home. So, and I didn't know anything about radar or weather. I didn't know how to look. So basically it looked like this. I got home from work that day. Tornado sirens started going off. I looked on the TV. They were like, there's this catastrophic tornado coming, towards your town. If you don't have an underground shelter, you need to leave. We didn't have one. So I have 2 stepkids, my wife, and 2 dogs. And I actually had a friend over that day. And so we just realized we had to leave. So we got in the car and had to start driving away from it. We ended up at the National Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma, which is about 30 miles from my house, and got in a shelter there. And it was terrifying.
Well, I just want to go back just 1 second. Did I hear that right? In other words, when you moved originally from Florida to Oklahoma, you did have in your mind that you wanted to chase storms, or you did a little bit of that?
So I'm an adrenaline junkie. So what I wanted to do was just go on a ride along with someone, because I was like, oh, that sounds fun, right? Like adrenaline seeking. So I went on a couple of those, and I actually didn't even see a tornado that year before with the guy I was chasing with. But I had just went out like 2 times, I think, with him. But like I said, I was just like a ride along passenger. So yeah, I wanted to experience almost any adrenaline seeking thing. So,
so you're driving, you're at the weather center. What happens at that point?
Oh man. So I tried to get my wife. I mean, it was literally a scene out of a movie, man. I'm like driving, like we get to the place where there's a shelter, an underground shelter. And this is at the University of Oklahoma, by the way, is where the National Weather Service is in Norman. I mean, people are just driving their cars up on hills, grass, like getting as close as they can to the door of this building. I mean, like, and if you've ever been to that campus, I mean, beautiful. Like, I mean, no one cared. It was just like straight panic mode. I remember getting out of my car first. The wind was blowing so hard when I got out, it kind of knocked me to the ground. It was slippery, but like it was with the wind, with the wet ground, knocked me to the ground. We're carrying my 2 dogs, my 2 stepkids, my friend, my wife are all getting in there.
Was there any major injury to you or your family or friends?
Not to anyone that I know. But there was several really famous storm chasers died that day. And I just remember hated that feeling of like not knowing. I'm kind of a person that likes to know everything and likes to feel in control. I think that might be normal, but I felt really out of control. And that was when I was like, no, never again will I be like this. I'm going to learn everything I can about doing this.